Welcome to the Really Good Films Podcast, a chance to look back at the films we've covered recently, but also look forward to what movies are coming to cinemas and streaming soon. Firstly, we'll look at the original review of each film, followed by extra commentary that may contain spoilers. Don't worry, you'll be warned before any spoilers, so you can skip them if you wish. The films we've covered recently have all featured major life changes, from moving and growing up in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, to going to university and meeting new people in Saltburn, to the trials and tribulations of friends and family in The Tender Bar, to falling in love in Red, White and Royal Blue. Now we know what's coming up, let's look at the original review of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Here's what you need to know about Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. It's a coming-of-age tale of a girl who moves from New York to New Jersey with her parents and navigates new friends, new feelings, and the start of adolescence. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is a charming film with a great sense of humour. Abby Ryder-Fortson gives a believable performance that makes it easy to root for the film's lead. Kathy Bates is having a ball playing Margaret's melodramatic but loving grandmother, and lights up the screen whenever she appears. The film takes its viewers on a gentle but enjoyable journey and is therefore worth a watch. Here's a few more spoiler-free thoughts on the film. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is the sort of film we don't see very often anymore. It conveys the difficulties of growing up without feeling the need to force in a contrived message. Are some characters a little underdeveloped? Sure, but this would have extended the runtime, and the film's pacing may have suffered as a result. Not much else to add here, other than the film met and slightly exceeded the expectations I formed after seeing the trailer last year. The next film we looked at was Saltburn. Here's the original review of the film. Here's what you need to know about Saltburn. It follows Oliver, who is drawn into the privileged world of the charming Felix and is brought back to Felix's family home, Saltburn, for an unforgettable summer. Saltburn is a sleek thriller that draws the audience into its world of affluence. Performances are great across the board, with Jacob Elordi and Barry Keoghan being particularly impressive, with an almost magnetic chemistry between the pair. Equally impressive is the gentle but potent tension that is held throughout its runtime. Unfortunately, the film occasionally pushes its caricature of upper-class people too far, and I would have preferred a less aggressively cynical ending. Despite these hang-ups, Saltburn is worth a watch. Saltburn's extra thoughts contain spoilers, so skip ahead if you'd like to watch spoiler-free. Regarding Saltburn's ending, I understand why Oliver ate Felix and his family from the inside out, but a part of me wanted a more romantic ending. An ending where Felix actually killed himself because the only authentic person in his life was revealed to be a phony and he just couldn't take it. Perhaps this would have made him too sympathetic, but it would have been, to me at least, a more satisfying ending. Saltburn did manage to somewhat surpass my expectations, but I don't think it will be a film that I'll return to for repeat viewings. Next, the initial review of the coming-of-age tale, The Tender Bar. Here's what you need to know about The Tender Bar. It recounts the early life of J.R., an aspiring writer pursuing his dreams, with the guidance of his uncle and a colourful group of local characters. The Tender Bar is a film with great warmth. It centres around well-developed characters who always feel like they are leading the story, not the other way round. Our principal cast give excellent performances that help us connect with the characters. However, the script is what impressed me the most, as it is filled with intelligence and wit. The Tender Bar is an enjoyable film that is worth a watch. Luckily, the extra commentary on The Tender Bar is spoiler-free, so let's jump into it. I just want to reiterate how impressed I was with the script. The use of gentle humour to deliver important story beats is masterful, as is the subtext behind much of its dialogue. The entire production is very slick, with cinematography and editing that never misses a beat. It would be remiss of me if I didn't also say that George Clooney directs the film very well, with a clear vision from start to finish. Some may criticise The Tender Bar, calling it slow-paced and too gentle, but I think this is part of the film's charm, as it gives the audience time to breathe and take in every moment. I hope that my comments on the film will encourage you to see it. Our final film is Red, White and Royal Blue. Let's catch up on the original review. Here's what you need to know about Red, White and Royal Blue. It sees a feud between Alex, the president's son, and Britain's Prince Henry turn into a forbidden romance. Red, White and Royal Blue's cast try their best to elevate this decidedly saccharine story, but their efforts can only take the film's script so far. The chemistry between our leads and some fairly funny lines of dialogue make the film somewhat watchable. However, despite its more positive elements, Red, White and Royal Blue is a forgettable film that for most is worth a skip. The extended review for Red, White and Royal Blue doesn't contain spoilers, so here are a few additional thoughts on the film. Red, White and Royal Blue's more saccharine tendencies peak towards its conclusion, where the film becomes very trite. The biggest issues the film has are a lack of depth and a central romance that has a decidedly manufactured quality to it. While the film was better than I expected, there are superior films centred around a gay romance that you're better off watching instead. It's been an exciting time on Really Good Films recently, but we're not done yet. Let's look forward to what's coming soon to streaming and cinemas. On the 17th of May, we get If, which follows a girl who, after a difficult experience, begins to see everyone's imaginary friends, who have been abandoned as their real-life friends have grown up. This film's premise isn't that original, and seems to heavily rely on the comedic talents of Ryan Reynolds. It will likely be a serviceable kids' comedy, but one that will be quickly forgotten. On the 24th of May, we get Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, the origin story of the renegade warrior Furiosa before she met and teamed up with Mad Max. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, is the prequel to 2015's Mad Max Fury Road, a film which was great fun. Let's hope this film is worth the wait and delivers as much bombastic action as its predecessor. Also, on May 24th, the Garfield Movie is released. This is not the first time we've seen a Garfield movie, but thankfully this time it's fully animated. It sees Garfield and Odie reunite with Garfield's long-lost father Vic to perform a risky heist. I'm quite optimistic for this adaptation of the classic comic strip, as it seems like it's more faithful to the source material than this iconic cat's previous feature outings. Finally, on the 31st of May, we get The Beast, a film partly set in a near future where AI controls people's lives and emotions are seen as a threat. This looks like an intense and mind-bending journey through the multiple incarnations of its lead. The trailer has intrigued me with a glimpse of the film's style and story. Fingers crossed it lives up to these expectations. Well, that's it for this episode of the Really Good Films podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want more from Really Good Films, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. We're at Really Good Films on all of these platforms. And of course, subscribe to the podcast too, on Spotify and Amazon Music. We can't wait to review more films for you soon.